Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the SATS Show, your beginner-friendly guide to saving in Bitcoin. ETFs, some of the ETFs got approved. I don't know all of them yet, but ETFs got approved. Amazing. Let's talk about it. Let's see what happens to the price. Today, we're going to do the normal show. We're going to do what we do every single Monday through Friday. Every Monday through Friday, we're going to stack a little stack. We don't care what the price is. We're going to keep accumulating Bitcoin. Okay? Don't be like these dummies right here selling the news. These guys selling the news. Anyway, this is the 1 minute Bitcoin chart. We're gonna have it up through a little bit later in the episode. In case something happens, we can watch the candle just pop off live. Okay? Alright, so I don't anticipate that oops, here we go. I don't anticipate that we're gonna have a gigantic move right now because those ETFs that are getting approved today, or some of them have already gotten approved, they're already showing up on the on the listings. What up, Jaimecito? Whoa, nice to see you in here. Jade up in the house. What up? Welcome. So we're gonna have that in the background just as a little something to watch while we're talking, right? But we're gonna do the regular show because what we should be doing is just continuing to buy Bitcoin, right? Because in the end, through all of this, it's still gonna be gonna continue to go up. Yeah, happy second ETF approval date. Nice, very nice. We here with you, but let's go, Jaimecito. Very nice. Yeah, dude, it's amazing to see that all of the hard work that we put into helping our family and friends to try to get them to understand and learn what a good opportunity Bitcoin is and how they should be in it. I'm glad that I'm sad and glad. I'm sad that maybe tonight and tomorrow will be the last time we'll see 2,000 Satoshis for a single dollar, right? It's wild. Okay, let's get the show started, guys. I know I kind of petered out there towards the end, but super exciting. So many things running through my mind. So many things I want to kind of talk about, and so many things I want to see what you guys want to share with me. So we'll talk about it. We'll discuss it, and we'll just kind of keep it going. Today, I'm gonna try to do a little bit of a longer stream. So I brought my drink. So if you guys have a drink, get yourself a drink. Take a long lunch. You've been stacking. You might not even need that job soon enough. That's good. Just kidding. Don't get fired. Here we go. That's so funny. All right, let's check out the let's check out the SAT strength, guys. SAT strength. All right, today the price of Bitcoin is $45,825 for a single coin. Will we ever see a $45,000 Bitcoin ever again after tomorrow? I don't know, but I'll tell you what. Will we ever see 2,182 Satoshis for a single dollar, right? If you're new to Bitcoin, you stumbled across my channel, you're trying to figure out what this whole Bitcoin thing is about, let me explain it to you. Bitcoin is the scarcest thing you can own. A single coin costs right now $45,000 or $46,000. But you don't have to buy the whole coin all at once. You can buy a fraction of a Bitcoin, and that fraction of a Bitcoin is called a Satoshi, okay? One Bitcoin contains 100 million Satoshis, so it's very divisible. Just like $1 contains 100 pennies. If you are holding 100 pennies, you can say you're holding a dollar, right? It doesn't have to be an actual paper bill. If you have 100 pennies, you have a dollar, okay? If you have 100 million Satoshis, you have, in essence, enough Satoshis to make up a whole Bitcoin. So you'd be a whole coiner at that point. If you're a whole coiner in this moment, don't say it in the chat. Don't dox yourself. But if you're a whole coiner already, you are styling. You took the time to acquire as much Bitcoin as you could before these ETFs get approved, and you front ran these banks. Okay, you front ran these banks, and now your rewards are on their way. Okay, but be careful when you see that price shoot up. Don't sell your coin. Okay, because remember, nothing changed as far as Bitcoin goes. Bitcoin still continues to be the scarcest thing you can own. And as more and more people figure that out, gonna come and try to buy your Bitcoin off of you, right? And they're gonna pump the price like crazy, and you're gonna say, "Dang, that's tempting." But don't be like the guy who bought his Bitcoin at what, 80 cents or $1, and he sold it for $10, and then he wished he wouldn't have sold it, right? Anyway, hang on to that Bitcoin. All right, let's say you're walking down the street today, minding your own business. You look down, you see a penny, you pick it up, and all the day that penny could be 21, almost 22 Satoshis for that single penny. It's just another way to look at it, guys. Just another way to look at it, okay? Just remember, what we're trying to show you here is that the value of the dollar is going down against Bitcoin, okay? So it takes you more USD to buy the same amount of Bitcoin the longer you wait. But if you take and look at that same little idea and you flip it and you think to yourself, okay, so if I can buy Bitcoin now and that's funny. And you look at your Bitcoin now and you think to yourself, wow, my Bitcoin is it's getting there. I'm figuring it out. And there it goes. Right. Today, the things you need to live your life, things you spend on to be comfortable and have a standard of life that you're used to, right? Those things are going to get cheaper as the price of Bitcoin goes up, provided that you've been saving in Bitcoin, right? So it's not too late to get started. We do it here every day, Monday through Friday. We stack a little stack. But before we jump into that, let's get into the Why We Stack segment. And while we're doing the Why We Stack segment, let me just intro the segment real quick. Why we stack, especially today and tomorrow, maybe not even tomorrow, right? So it's been a long time for some of us. Carl in the house, what up? Round of applause from the live studio audience for Carl. Hi, Mesito, Andrew, and J-Dub, and Leonard. Oh yeah, dude, full house in the house today. Let's go. Can we get the 10 concurrent viewers? I don't know, hit that like, and let's get this promoted. Okay. So we've been stacking for a while, right? On the show, we started stacking officially on this channel on episode 1 of the SATS show back in May 22nd, 2023. Okay? We've been stacking slow and steady. And as an example to show that, hey, if this dude on the internet can do it for as little as $10 a day, $5 a day when we first started, I can do that too. Doesn't look that difficult. You buy the Bitcoin, you take custody of the Bitcoin, and you repeat it. And you just stack, and you keep stacking, and you keep stacking. Next thing you know, you look back, and maybe it can even be after a week, after 2 weeks, right? Definitely after a couple months, you'll start to notice something. You'll start to notice that the value of the Satoshis you're stacking is worth significantly more than the money you put into it. And you're like, then you're gonna have to ask yourself, what the hell's going on? How is it that the value I stored in Bitcoin is going up in value relative to the dollar? And then, if you haven't done so already, you're gonna go down the rabbit hole of figuring that out. Why is it that the value that is stored in Bitcoin is going up so much relative to the dollar? And then you start looking into it, and you start learning about how the money works. You start learning about how the government uses inflation to control the population and steal some of the wealth that you're trying to build in savings via the mechanism we call inflation, right? And you learn about how the dollar gets debased every single day, and you learn about how it's not safe to store your hard-earned money, your hard-earned economic value that you exchange your life force for. You realize that it's not a good place to keep it in. The dollar, it's not a good place to keep it in, right? And so, slow and steady, eventually, you start to realize that the real threat, the real risk, is having your long-term savings, your retirement, your wealth, your purchasing power stored in an asset that is cash or derived from cash, right? Like stocks and even real estate, okay? Because if you look at all those different things and you took the time to analyze it, you eventually come to the realization that everything is going to zero against Bitcoin. And so, simple play is you stack the most scarce thing that's going to go up in value the fastest. It's going to give you the most purchasing power, and you become more wealthy without having to do that much work, right? You don't have to go, and I say this, I've said this before. I apologize if you already heard this little part of the rant, but you don't have to go become a real estate developer, get your real estate license and build all this stuff and try to get people to rent your buildings and all this stuff. You don't have to do all that stuff, right? All you have to do is buy Bitcoin, take custody of that Bitcoin, and go back to what you were doing. Go hang out with your family. Go visit your mom. Call your dad, right? Go hang out with your kids, right? Go hang out with your friends. Go pursue something in life that you have always wanted to pursue, but couldn't because money took priority over the direction of your life choices, right? That's most of America. That's most of the world, right? Your job, the thing you put the most time into is the thing that is going to get you the most money so you can, well, most people, that's going to get you the most money so you can do the things that you really want to do, right? So our whole society is driven by money getting, right? Like everybody's trying to become something to earn money so that they can eventually do what they want, right? Well, why not just save in the stuff that's going to let you do what you want now, and it's a lot easier, right? It's a lot easier. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I used to say. That's what I was like referring to when I jump on like the Simply Bitcoin chat. It's like, yeah, we're going to have a lot of 80 IQ millionaires running around, right? It's just people that, you know, I'm not super smart. I'm not a Michael Saylor. I'm not a Einstein, right? And it's just a real simple formula, right? You buy the Bitcoin, you set it in soft custody, and you're good to go, right? So, what's gonna happen here? Nobody knows, right? But you can kind of put the steps together. You can put the formula together and see what might happen, right? What might happen. So let's look at this. Let's look at this Bitcoin chart. This is a 1 minute chart. It's exciting, right? So for those of you that are not chart watchers, I used to be a chart watcher. I don't watch it anymore. I just watch the price. I watch the price, but I don't watch it for trading purposes, right? I guess that makes sense. I watch it, but I don't watch it for trading purposes as I used to. I learned that lesson. When you trade Bitcoin, here's what happens. You see it going up right here, and you get excited, and you're like, oh, it's going up. That's kind of cool. But like, you're gonna wait, and then you see it pump up again. Boom. You're like, oh man, it's going up. I gotta get into this. All right, I guess we'll get into it. And then you start getting your notification. This isn't a 1 minute chart, so it's not gonna happen like that. But this scales to bigger time frames. It's about the same. And then the last pump right here, the third pump, is where most people try to get in because they feel like euphoric. They feel like, oh man, it's gonna keep going forever. It's gonna keep going, and so you buy, and now you're hoping for it to continue to buy, and you don't have the stomach to put up with these fluctuations. So you see here, it's like, oh, it's going up a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit more into it. Now you're like double into it, right, or whatever, and then next thing you know, they pull this on you. The market maker drops the price, boom, all the way down here, right? And if you were investing and you're a beginner trader, people will say, oh yeah, well, put your stop loss like right here, right below the last thing, right? So a stop loss is like an automatic order that will go through if the price hits a certain number. So you can say, okay, I'm going to protect myself from losing way down here, from going like way down here. And I'm going to buy, if I bought up here, I'm going to put my stop loss like right here or something, right? Or like right here. I don't know. Even if you put your stop loss like right here, right? Assuming that you think your stop loss is going to be like super wide and it's not going to hit it, the market maker will come and hit. Like it's about to do it now. Like see it? He's coming down and collecting all of those, what are they called? What do we call them? He's coming down and collecting all of your stop losses. Harvested all of those, right? Is this showing up on your screen, guys? I feel like my screen's a little bit weird. He's harvesting all the stop losses before he takes it back up. See? It happens so fast. Even if you were correct in assuming the market was going to continue up, the way they tell you to trade is to set stop losses. So it comes down and hits all the stop losses. So basically, now you bought up here. You had all of these losses right here, from here to here, right? Let's say you lost like 3% of that pie, but you didn't lose 100%. You got your money. You basically sold cheaper. You bought high and you sold cheaper, right? And then just for a flash, and now it's probably gonna go up beyond where you bought from, right? That's just the market maker manipulating people, right? So that's what we DCA. We DCA because we want to avoid all this action. Like, we don't care about all this action. What we care about is that eventually, let's go to a bigger time frame, right? So like an hour or like a day. This is daily, right? I mean, this is the whole lifespan of Bitcoin right there. That's it. That's the whole lifespan of Bitcoin, pretty much. Right? Yeah, that's when it got started, or when it got listed on here. So it's not the whole lifespan of Bitcoin. It's just when it got listed, right? So if you look at it, this here was what? When it dropped down to 15,000, right? But the whole time they're trying to manipulate people on the way up and down, right? And people are trading it as if it was like a stock or something else, and they think that they should be like taking profits on the way up, right? Like right now, if you're taking profits, it's like you're gonna miss the bus. Right? Like if you think that you know better with those violent moves like that, right? This is a 15-minute chart. So this was when they announced the ETF got approved and it was a fake. That's that. Okay, like if you were in there, right? It's crazy. Boom, boom. That's a huge swing, and then they've been kind of working people down, right? And then they have people here thinking like, oh yeah, it's gonna go down forever, or it's gonna go down a lot. Let's short it. And when they try to short it, they bring it up, and they take all of your stop losses, right? And then now they're trying to do the same thing backwards, right? Trying to get you to think it's gonna go down, and then they bring it back up, and that's how they manipulate you, right? It's crazy. But anyway, all that to say, you shouldn't be trading. Trading's for suckers, unless you have to get, in order to win at trading, you have to get like 3 perfect trades, right? You have to time it You have to time it when you go in, right? You have to time it perfectly to get out when it's at a high, or when you have gains, and then you have to better hope that you can that it drops again, so you can get back in and not get left behind. Okay, there's people that are still waiting for 10K. It's messed up. It's messed up, but I'm kind of laughing because like I thought when it was at 15K, 15.5, right? People are saying, oh, it's gonna go to 10K. It's gonna go to 4K, right? And there's people that never bought here at 15K because they thought, okay, it's gonna come up here. It's gonna go back down to like 10K. I'll have another opportunity, and then opportunity never came. Okay, and then maybe they're like, all right, well, it's gonna come back down to like maybe the 18s or the 20s, and that opportunity never came, right? And that's what's gonna happen. Like right now, if you're buying, if you're trading, if you're selling your Bitcoin for a gain, here's what's really happening. Your gain, air quotes. Can you see my air quotes? Your gain is going to get taxed. It's a taxable event. So let's say you made $10,000 on a swing, right? You would sell your Bitcoin, and 5,000 of that's going to go towards taxes. So you only really made 5,000, and on top of that, you jumped off of your lifeboat, right? You made $10,000 on the sinking Titanic, right? You exchanged your lifeboat for 10,000 melting ice cubes. Then the government came and took 5,000 of those melting ice cubes, right? And by the time you have to pay your taxes, those 5,000 melting ice cubes you might have to pay more, right? It won't be anyway. So what happens is you end up kind of messing up, right? The way you have to think about Bitcoin is as like a lifeboat, right? As like the next monetary system. You're already in that next monetary system, right? Once you're there, everything's going to work kind of for you now, right? As the money debases, they continue to debase, which they always will. Your purchasing power will continue to go up, and then that gives you more liberty to do other things with your time. The biggest problem with trading is that even if you win all the trades, the exchange may not let you withdraw your Bitcoin, or worse, the exchange could collapse. That's true, Andrew. That's true, Andrew. The money you have in there is not in your custody, right? So it delays you from taking your coins off of the exchange because you have to have them in there to trade them, right? So it's pretty wild. All right. Well, we're going to continue to watch the chart. I'm going to put it back on the 1 minute chart to make it more exciting. And we'll watch these the price movement as we're kind of talking about this in the background whenever we go back to this view. But before we do that, let's jump into let's jump into the stack recap, because here we don't only talk about buying Bitcoin. We actually buy Bitcoin Monday through Friday, and we stack it, and we never sell. That's my plan. I don't know what your plan is, but that's my plan. So here we go. Let's do that stack recap. Stack recap. All right. So we've been buying Bitcoin here since May 2023, but we restarted our spreadsheet to have a version of it that just includes the 2024 buys. Okay. The rules for the show are: we buy Bitcoin, we buy $20 worth of Bitcoin if the price of Bitcoin is below our average buy price for 2024. If the price of Bitcoin is above our average buy price for 2024, we only buy $20. If it's below, we buy a double stack, which is $40. Okay. If it's below our all-time lowest price in 2024, which is 42,856, then we'll do a quadruple stack, so $80. Okay. Today, the price is 45,636, and our average buy price is 44,868. So today we're gonna only stack $20 worth. Mind you, this stack for the show and the rules we have here, that are DCA rules, are only for the show, right? If I was doing this on my own, I would be stacking my brains out right now before the money from the ETFs starts avalanching into Bitcoin and starts like pumping the price. Okay, but for the sake of keeping the show consistent, we're going to continue with our DCA schedule, regardless of hype, regardless of FUD, regardless of the price of Bitcoin. We stick to our schedule. We buy Monday through Friday. We stack. So we have our frequency, we have our amount, and we're sticking to our schedule. So today, 1, 10, 24. We're going to do a little stack. That's all there is to it. So only thing left to do now is it's time to stack some SATS. All right. So where am I? I am. As you guys know, I like to use Swan. Don't worry about what exchange you use. Just remember to take your coins off the exchange. That's all that matters. Okay, bro, you almost quit your channel before the ETF approval. I know, Hard Huddle. I know. I'm just concerned about like security risks. Like security. It's a good topic to talk about, Hard Huddle. There we go. $20 worth of Bitcoin over at Swan. We get this preview. I'll put the chart up while I get the preview. So I'm gonna copy this. Okay. Today on episode 136, ETF approval day. We're stacking SATS like champions. We've been stacking since before the ETFs. You can say that. It's going to be a big moment in history. All right, here we go. Cut the music. Drum roll, please. We're buying $20 worth of Bitcoin on Swan. Bitcoin, exclamation point, Swan in the chat. If you want to use our affiliate link to get set up on a account with Swan and buy your Bitcoin. All right. Oh, let's go back to this one. With that, Bitcoin has been purchased, chill music engaged, and now it's time to update our chart with today's buy. Feel free to ask questions, guys. Thanks for jumping in here. Thanks for coming in today. Thanks for hitting that like button. You guys are awesome. Slow and steady, stacking sats, stacking episodes, stacking subscribers, stacking likes. Got a 6 like stack going on. Let's go. Let's go. All right, here we go. Today we bought Bitcoin at $45,820. Boom. 0.1234331 SATS. And just like that, we are at 500,000 Satoshis in 2024. 500,000 Satoshis in 2024. Stacking $20 at a time, sometimes 80, sometimes 40. You can see our buys. Okay. If you want to use this sheet to track your buys, okay, you can download it, or you can actually go to Google with the link I'm about. There it is. Template of our SAT tracker that you can use. You can make your own. You can clone it and make your own version, so you can track your SATs and see your gains and losses and stuff. Okay. So let's take this information from today's buy and put it into our overall tracker for the whole lifespan of the show, since the beginning of Stack Sats show, our whole stack. The price is moving crazy. Let's put this back on the. Let's get this back on the screen. Oops. There we go. All right. And as of today, we're holding 11.5 million sats for the show, just like that. It costs us $3,845 to accumulate 11.5 million satoshis. And if we were to buy those same satoshis today, it would cost us $5,271. So that tells you that we need a lot more weaker dollars to buy the same amount of satoshis. We need basically this you look at this price as how much the dollar has weakened since we've bought these sats, right? So you need weaker dollars. You need 37% more weaker dollars to buy the same amount of satoshis. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. All right, let's get back to the screen. See some movement happening. Oh, there's a little pump happening right there. Pump it up. Let's go pump it up. There it is. Is this a God candle? Is this the beginning of the God candle? Let's see. It's doing something. It's going up. So the way these charts work, guys, if you're new to charts, and we're just gonna watch the charts for a little bit, because it's kind of like it's a good day to do that. Yeah, it's a good day to do that. So see right here, this is each candle represents a minute of time, and the price goes up and down within that minute. And for example, if the price reaches this level, it creates a wick, right? So this is a whole wick because the price has ranged from here to here in that minute, right? And if it goes down below this, right, it's just a range of that price within that minute. Each candle in this case represents a minute. Okay, so that gives you a little bit of an idea of how the price is moving, right? So it might come down here and then go back up. We'll see. Right? If you're like a pattern watcher, you might say, I don't even have the tools to do that. I don't even know how to do that. Where is it? You might say this is like a W, right? Boom, 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 and the retrace here, and then the next phase, and then boom, and then the next phase, right? But who knows? Right? Who knows? Not a chart, dude. I don't do charts, bro. Okay, we'll have that in the background as we talk. Okay, let's go to Q&A, and I'll pop back into that one if I see some price action go crazy. Okay, but yeah, just like that, we've stacked some sats. We've yeah, it's just wild. Okay, if any of you guys have any questions, put it in the chat. If you guys are wondering what this is up here, that is my it's like if you send any sats to that address or this address, whatever message you put in the memo will pop up here on the face along with the Ric Flair going woo. All right, I'm gonna pop open this drink. This is something I do on my fishing show. We call it Pop Top. Here you go. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best Pop Top you ever heard in your life, 1 being the worst, rate this Pop Top. Rip your speaker. Sorry about that. Cheers. Grab yourself a beverage. It's 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. What's it? 4 o'clock Eastern. The markets are about to close. And allegedly, when the markets close, we'll have these ETFs, the announcement officially coming out. If you guys are watching Twitter, watching whatever, let me know. Because I'd love for that something to happen like while we're broadcasting. That'd be amazing. That would be amazing. So I'm going to put the screen up here so we can watch the action while we hang out and talk about life, Bitcoin, and the pursuit of happiness. Oh, yeah. Cheers. Welcome to the stream. We're hanging out. Hard Huddle 7. Damn. I like it, though. Jaimecito said God candles soon. 100K in 2024. I rated a 21. Dang, let's go. Imagine Omega candle starts to form right before our eyes. I know. Let's go. Okay, should we watch it in the 1 minute chart or should we watch it in the 1 hour chart? Now, the 1 minute chart is more exciting. As if we get a Omega candle and it goes off the page, I'll adjust it so we can see the whole thing and see where we're at. Okay, so it's dipping down. It's dipping a little bit now. I don't expect. I put a meme in Discord. Oh, let's go. I don't expect the price for it to go crazy today because all the money that's sidelined on those ETFs can't be invested into Bitcoin yet until tomorrow, right? Or tonight, right? Right now, the movement, I think it's all from like people like trying to front run the banks still, which you should be front run those banks. And if the price dips, if the price dips, you might be able to get a better buy-in, right? It's approved. It just came out. There you go. Right? It's like if the ETF's approved, but like it's already approved for ARK 21 shares is approved. I think Fidelity's approved. But even though it's approved, they're not allowed to actually start trading until tomorrow, I think. Right? So we're not gonna see the price action today. I don't think we'll see the price action today, right? Yeah, I don't think we'll see the price action today, but that means that you have a little bit more time to stack a little bit more. Okay. And at this point, let me make a case to you. Okay. Let's look at this chart. Let's go to like an hour chart, right? Okay, let's see this hour chart. Boop. Okay. There we go. It's hour. Let's do a day. Let's do a daily chart. There we go. Okay, this is the top right here. This is the top of Bitcoin. Like, what's that? 67,000, something like that, right? 68,000. And we're here. Okay. What do you think would have to happen for the price of Bitcoin to drop like, I don't know, to even 40, right? What would have to happen? You'd have to have like something crazy like, oh, psych ETFs are going to get delayed, or psych ETFs are not going to get approved ever, right? Or psych SEC sues Coinbase for securities fraud or something, right? Like, I mean, it would have to be something crazy like that, something out of left field. What up, Johnny? Welcome back to the stream, dude. Welcome to the stream. It had to be something wild, something a black swan event, if you will, a new pandemic, something just crazy, a new beginning of a different war, maybe, I don't know. In order for the price of Bitcoin to drop, right? Even with the people that are selling the news, right? The selling the news is happening now, right? And people that are selling the news right now don't understand that the volume of money coming in from those ETFs is not going to be like a one-shot thing, right? These people are coming for all the Bitcoin they can, and they're coming with the big guns, with the big cannons, with the big deep pockets, right? They're coming for all the Bitcoin. And so they're not going to be coming for the Bitcoin for the first day or two, right? It could take years of constant purchasing, right? Years of constant demand, right? So if you're selling now to get quote unquote gains, to take profits, right? You might not be able to get that many sats ever again at the prices we're seeing today, right? Or now. Okay, so with that in mind, let's take and do a thought experiment, right? What if the price of Bitcoin drops, like, I don't know, to 40,000 or 36,000 or 34,000, right? And you can buy a little bit more Bitcoin at that price, right? Let's say the difference between, let's say you have 10,000, we'll say $1,000. Let me do some calculations here. $1,000. Let's say 46,000. 1, 2, 3. 5,000. 1, 2, 3. The amount of satoshis you'll get for the difference in the amount of satoshis you'll get buying at 46,000, or if you're lucky 42,000, or if you're like really holding out till 36,000, which might never come. 40,000 might never come. 42,000 might never come, right? Even 44,000 might never come, right? We went down and we almost got to it, but look, that's today. Let's do by the hour. What was the last time we saw 42,000? Okay, maybe here. January, on Monday, maybe 42,000 comes, right? Okay, so let's just say you want to say, okay, I want to get a little bit more sats for my dollar. I'm gonna go and make a buy at 42,000 right here, right? Let's see, does this work? Nope. How about this? Oh, here. Yeah. I want to make a buy here at 42,000. Okay, that's where you want. That's where your purchase order is. Okay, and instead of buying, just smash buying now, right? Just smash buy now, right? We'll do, what is this? Oh, H. Smash buy now wherever it is. 4,600. We'll just see 4,600. So round number, right? 4,600. Oops. Or 46,000, sorry. Boom. You buy at 46,000. The difference between you here, was it here? It's like 10%, right? 8%, 9%, right? Versus the potential upside though, right? Like anywhere from here to anywhere, just to the price we've been to before, right? Like, who knows, right? Your downside potential is so little compared to your upside potential. And on top of that, you're going to give up the potential for all this upside. Let me resize the chart for you to make it easier to see what you're giving up. Right? Look at, you're going to give up, provided that if we even just go to all-time high, right? If we even just go to all-time high, right? You're going to give up 50% because you want to get a cheaper buy-in down here at 42 when it might not even come back to hit 42. And if it does, who cares? You're still holding SATS. That, it's like, what's the difference between 49? You're gonna go. You know what I mean? Like, you're already gonna make 50% if it just goes back to all-time high from here, right? But we're gonna keep going past that, right? And the idea is from here to wherever it ends up going, right? Forever. You're sidelined waiting for the better buy-in, and it's not gonna give you a better buy-in, right? The better buy-in is now, because we know now that the ETFs are approved, right? We know now that the ETFs are approved. So why not? Like, there's no question about it before. I mean, there's no question about it now, right? They actually are approved. So now it's just a matter of them getting their stuff together and starting to buy Bitcoin. Real easy. The amount of demand that's going to come in will drive the price up, right? And so it doesn't matter if you buy it at 42,000, wait for a pullback to 42,000, or wait for a pullback to 36,000. That the opportunity cost of not just getting in now is too much for me to handle. I just buy it and not worry about it, right? Because if you're, I guess it brings me back to the saying, like, penny wise, pound foolish, or something like that, right? You're trying to get a little bit more sats, and you're gonna end up missing the boat. Hard Huddle says, I have Bitcoin as a working class phenomena. I have a set amount allocated for DCA until the halving. Exactly. Then I'm taking a break from buying. Same thing with me, Hard Huddle. I'll probably take a break from the show, a break from buying, and focus on other things I want to focus on. But I mean, we did what we could in our own ways. We all did what we could in our own ways to help our friends and family understand this, right? And at some point, you can only be so pushy. And at some point, you got to just understand that, hey, they weren't ready for it, even though you tried to warn them. And the time has come for you to say, I told you so. Just kidding. Don't say I told you so. Don't say I told you so. Stay humble, guys. Stay humble. The FCC site is down. I'm going to Boracay to see some family and Boracay. Oh, Philippines. Oh, that's cool. Exactly. And those sats will probably be better spent there too. Like, you'll probably be able to afford more things with the same sats. Right. So I was watching a show the other day about expats and living in different countries, right? Because they take their wealth in dollars and move into different countries where the local currency is weaker, and so they're able to afford a better life, right? And that's a very interesting idea, because now think about it this way. Instead of somebody from the U.S. going to a quote unquote third world country or a second world economy, I don't even know if that's a thing, a second world economy or a second class economy. The U.S. is going to be the second class economy, and the people that have been saving in Bitcoin are going to be the Americans moving to America, right? Like, your wealth in sats will be like the dollar in Mexico or in El Salvador or in Thailand or whatever. You have oh, that's cool, Hard Huddle. I want one of those mini ATMs. They're so awesome. The ones with the coins, they're even cooler because it's in your pocket. Yeah, Jaimecito, I 100% agree. History has been made today, and it's wild. It's wild. And tomorrow, history is going to be made again, I think, right? Just think of the demand coming into the market. And all right, let me know in the chat. I'm gonna put a poll up, guys. Start a poll. All-time high BTC tomorrow? Question mark. Do we hit an all-time high tomorrow? Tomorrow, guys, or I don't know, that's kind of a big jump, right? To go from is it a big jump though? To go from, let's do a daily. It couldn't be that. That's, have you ever had that big of a move? I don't know. It would take a lot to get to all-time high, right? Let's see. We need like a 45% move to go from where we're at now to all-time high. To about all-time high. Let's see, from where we're at to, like right now. From where we're at now to go to all-time high, we need like a 50% move. Will the God candle here we come. I know, right? Dude, it doesn't seem like a, like when you look back at the history of the run, like these peaks are like these little peaks, right? So like eventually in the lifespan of Bitcoin, right? These huge mountain peaks, right? These huge peaks, I guess, are the big M. Like before that, like you gotta just look back and just be like, hey man, like there's the big peaks, like, oh my god, Bitcoin hit $2,000. That's crazy. Like, and then it drops and people are like, oh my gosh, it's going down to like, what is this? Wait, was it 20,000? Yeah, 20,000. Sorry, $20,000. And then it dropped to like 3,000. You're like, oh no, it's dead. And then it came back to life. And you're like, okay, well, it's never gonna hit back all-time highs again, right? Okay, so what's this here? Is this 40%? Tell me it's not 40%. 50%. Oh, it's like about 50%, right? Okay. So then what happens? Keep going, and you have the next time, and then boom. Look at that. Is that what's gonna happen here? To go from, sorry, I'm gonna shrink this so I can get this measurement. This is toll snake oil / wishful thinking / hopium, guys. This is not in any way, shape, or form a price prediction or anything like that. It's just me having fun with the chart because I don't do charts, right? Let's see. 250% from that peak, right? But it took years, right? It took years. But eventually, if we do, so that peak here, it'd be like this peak, right? Be at this peak. So from here to here, it's what, like 370%. Okay. Well, if we do the same thing, if we take that same little pattern idea and we do it here, and we go to 370%. This is dumb. 370%. Jesus. That's funny. $225,000 Bitcoin. Let's go, baby. $220,000 Bitcoin. $220,000 Bitcoin. Just kidding. This is just me messing with the charts, guys. Don't take this as any kind of financial advice, okay? Let's end the poll. All-time high BTC tomorrow. 67% say yes. Let's go. I like it. I don't think we're bullish enough. Do you guys remember do you guys remember ever daydreaming or talking about buying a lotto ticket and what you would do if you win the lotto, I think it's time to have that conversation again. What would you do if you won the lotto? In this case, you already won the lotto. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna sell? Do you guys have a sell price? Do you guys have a price where you're gonna sell and take profits? I'm not gonna beat you up. I'm not gonna beat you up too much, just a little bit. Do you have a price where you're gonna be selling your Bitcoin? Do you have already a sell order up here at like 70,000, 100,000? Are you gonna sell your Bitcoin to BlackRock, to Fidelity? What's your sell price? Do you have a sell price? What's your sell price? If you do, put it in the chat. We're just spitballing. We're just messing around. You know, it's ETF day, so it's not just ETF day, right? Let's keep it real. Is it Hal Finney? Hard Huddle. Today actually was the first. Today I think Hal Finney posted that he was running the Bitcoin. He was running a Bitcoin node, right? I think he was the first one to receive Bitcoin from mining, I think, or from mining, I think, yeah. So it's pretty cool. Was it in 2009? It's pretty wild. There's posts about it on X, where I think was the first person to mine Bitcoin besides Satoshi, which is pretty cool. And it's cool that the ETF drops today. Yeah, today's the day. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Hard Huddle. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I'm telling you. Man, I see this. I feel like right now, like there's a meme of this guy poking the Bitcoin logo with a stick, like trying to get it to do something, and then the Bitcoin logo just like erupts into a godly green candle that blasts through the guy poking with the stick's face. January 10th, 2009 was when Hal Finney turned on his node and was running the Bitcoin core software. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty cool. Imagine the amount of sats the amount of sats he had. Hal Finney day. Do something Bitcoin, poke, exactly. Exactly. Let's go to the minute chart to make it more exciting. Dun, dun, dun. That way all the little pumps feel like not pumps for ants. Oh my god, all of them are approved. What? Oh dang, dude. We should do some chart analysis in case like somebody comes into the stream and watching like the little preview. I'm gonna draw on here up forever. Let's see. Where's the pen tool? Brush tool. There we go. Hold on. How about that? How about that? Yes. And we add a little infinity logo up here. Yep. Now we're doing some real technical analysis. Bitcoin, some of the best technical analysis of Bitcoin you ever see on the internet. Here, live. Well, let's throw on some background music while we do some TA. Technical analysis. Should make this green. Just to make it even cooler. Bright green. Okay, change the properties of this? Oh, okay. What am I doing? Here we go. Boom. Yeah. Drop Bitcoin God up there. That's so wild, dude. So as a price of Bitcoin, let's see if my price prediction plays out. Okay. See if my price prediction plays out. I'll make this green. And we need to actually tell people what we need to tell people what the asset we're talking about here, in case somebody's new to Bitcoin they don't know. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, come on. This is tedious. Oh no. Oh, yeah. Way to kill time, huh, boys? Let's go. Come on, Bitcoin, do something. Something. Can I do them all at once? Nope. Expert chart analysis here on the StackSats show. Let's see. Drop Bitcoin God. Oh my gosh. Not God, Satoshi. Oh my gosh. So funny. Come on, God Candle. Here we go. All right, here we go. Is this the beginning of it? Nope. Screenshot that. Let's go. I'm gonna change the. I'm gonna change the. I'm gonna change the thumbnail to this. Tomorrow is gonna be so crazy. I know. Tomorrow, yeah. What time do you think they'll start trading? I mean, I guess now is when they're offline, and they're doing all of the prep work to be able to actually to accept sales, right? Because it looks like it's already been listed in a lot of applications. It looks like some of that stuff's already been listed in some of these applications. So does that mean that? Does that mean? Yeah, it's already been listed, but maybe they just haven't turned it on, like where you can actually start buying it, right? But imagine just going into your like Fidelity account on your phone. You look up like ARK Invest, right? I think it's ARKB is gonna be their ticker symbol. ARKB, and you can buy a share of their ETF for $50, for $25, right? With 0.025 fees, right? Oh, there is some movement, right? It's wild, like the volume of money that's the ease with like you don't have to onboard anybody. Like, well, you do. Let me take a step back with this, guys. I'm talking favorably about the ETF because I already have my Bitcoin stashed in self-custody, and I know how Bitcoin really works, and my Bitcoin is real. Your Bitcoin is real if it's in your self-custody, right? The stuff they're selling in these ETFs is paper Bitcoin. It's not real Bitcoin. It's the receipt for Bitcoin that these institutions are going to hold. Air quotes, hold, right? So Why am I happy about it? I'm happy about it because it's going to pump the price of my real Bitcoin, right? And I'm sad about it because somebody that's not used to the way Bitcoin works is going to find it easier to just buy the ETF. And yeah, they're going to get the gains and the profit of having a Bitcoin-like holding, but they're not going to have the real deal like we have. Okay, they're not going to have. They're gonna have a bucket with the. They're gonna have a leaky bucket. They're gonna have a leaky boat, right? It's better than going down with a Titanic, right? But you jumped into a lifeboat that is leaky, right? It's still part of the system. Maybe it's tethered to the Titanic still, right? So even though you feel like your lifeboat isn't sinking with the Titanic, your lifeboat is in fact tethered to that Titanic because you're not holding the real thing. You're not holding Bitcoin. You're holding paper Bitcoin if you're buying ETF. Okay. So what we do is we go sign up on an exchange, even if it's Coinbase. If that's the best you can do, whatever. Use Coinbase. Swan. That's what I recommend right now. Right. There's also I think River is another exchange. Right. Whichever way you need to do it to get registered with one of these institutions to be able to buy Bitcoin straight up and take it off of the exchange. That's what you need to do, right? And right now, if you haven't done that yet, it might be too late to get in before the big pump happens, but it can still happen, right? It's definitely going to be too late for you to buy it and take it off the exchange before the pump, right? If you still have coins on the exchange, take them today if you can. Okay, put them on your self custody. If you've been stacking lately, I have some of my SATS on the exchange still waiting for them to clear, right? So those will unfortunately be at risk, right? Let's say something happens to Coinbase tomorrow, right? And for whatever reason, all these ETFs find a different bank to bank with to sell actual Bitcoin. They might come after Coinbase just to prove a point, you know? Like you were never really part of the club. You were just using it to figure stuff out. And now that we know how to do it, we'll do our own banking. Thank you very much. Right? So it's crazy. But you don't run the risk of any of that stuff. You don't run the risk of Coinbase getting sued by the SEC again for selling unregistered securities when your coins are in your self custody. Doesn't matter, right? And if they change the rules on us and they make it difficult for you to hold Bitcoin on your own outside of government control, they just take your passphrase, take your seed phrase, and take your hardware wallet with you, and just go live somewhere else, right? Where they're friendly to Bitcoiners, right? That's like the worst case. So what is there to do at this point? Well, I guess have any of your friends called you guys yet? No, nobody's gonna call you right now. People don't even know what's happening. I'm sure like they're watching the news about something else, you know, worried about a door flying off of an jetliner. They're worried about probably some politics. Getting distracted from the fact that this should be stacking SATs. Exactly. Hard Hollow is 100% correct. One more time. Hard Hollow gets it. Nothing else left to do but stack more and keep stacking. Yeah, it's crazy. So wild. All right. And what I wanted to do was I was hoping the price would pump. Maybe the price will pump tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to also be doing some chart work. But it's going to be creative chart work. We're not going to be doing any actual technical analysis. We're going to be doing this kind of analysis, okay? Real analysis, okay? It's going to be more about like letting you know why you should never sell your Bitcoin, right? And as the price of Bitcoin goes up, outside of the range of this this screen, yeah, we'll adjust the screen, and then we'll just add more drawings on the way up to infinity, right? And we'll just make another message in here for the next leg of this move, and then we'll just keep adding to our picture and see what we end up with by the end of the week. Or something like that. Just make things interesting, you know. Give the people what they want. Entertainment. Oh, come on. We're like almost an hour. Are we an hour in? We're an hour in, boys. Let's go. Let's go. The hour club. Woo. Can't trust old Twitter, I guess. Yeah, exactly. Can't trust any of that stuff. It's crazy. All right. Wednesday. I got a long day today, guys. This will be good. I have jiu-jitsu class today. Feeling good. You know? Like, like walking around like this everywhere now. Oh my gosh, so funny. All right. I know it's super hard. Let's try to stay humble. Right? Tomorrow it's gonna be awesome. Depending on your time zone, you might wake up and be a millionaire, depending on your stack. Right? You did what you were supposed to do. You took the time to study Bitcoin. You committed to it. You were convicted in your actions. You made the sacrifices necessary for yourself to stack SATS. And get ready, because the flood of money is coming into Bitcoin, and you, my friend, have front run the banks. Legend. Right there. I'm looking at a legend right there. Have a great rest of the day. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode of the Stack SATS Show. And if you're not stacking, god dang, you're slacking.